Hi everyone, welcome to Legal Studies. Today we're looking at one Royal Commission and its ability to influence law reform or legal change. So let's do it. Alright, so you can see here we've got the choice between parliamentary committees and Royal Commissions. And we're choosing Royal Commissions because we think the strengths and weaknesses are very similar to BLRC, so it'll be easier for you. So how does a Royal Commission influence legal change? Alright. So what is a Royal Commission? Well, in Australia, the Royal Commission is the oldest form of public inquiry into an issue. So they've been going for around 100 years now. And it's also the highest form of public inquiry. So it's the highest level of inquiry into a matter that we can get. So to think about what a public issue is, it's something of concern and importance that affects a broad range of people. So examples of previous Royal Commissions can include Indigenous deaths in incarceration, mental illness, the ageing population. So these are all significant things that happen in Australia that we need to investigate and make recommendations to improve the law. So what is a Royal Commission? Well, it's a series of formal public inquiries conducted by one body with a person being named as the commissioner who is in charge of it all. Now, the person who is named as the commissioner will vary depending on the inquiry, but most often or not, it's someone who's quite significant in a particular area, a person of quite a large importance, or a person who's got significant skills. So, for example, it might be an ex-High Court judge. So, a Royal Commission is established by the Governor-General, which is where we get the name Royal Commission from, and it's usually established on the advice of the government and their senior ministers. So a Governor-General will usually establish a Royal Commission on the advice of the government. The government is responsible for funding a Royal Commission, and they'll also determine the terms of reference. So what it is they're actually investigating, as well as the time that a Royal Commission should take. So this includes, whether or not it takes 2 to 4 years, how much funding it could be, which could be up to like $60 million. The aim of a Royal Commission is basically to look at the issue in a lot of detail, gather a huge amounts of community input, and then make significant recommendations to the government about how they should change or improve the law. So what happens, or how do we get through a Royal Commission? Well, after they've established who's going to be the commissioner and established the terms of references, what they're going to investigate, they then produce an initial consultation paper. So it's early research into the issue. So basically they create a series of documents and they release those to the community and ask for community input at that stage. From there we have consultation sessions, so the community may have read this background research, they may have seen how it might affect them, and they may then produce some information to the Royal Commission. This may be lobby groups, this could be businesses, this could be people affected by the issue in particular. From there, once we've got community input from a range of groups, they will then have what is known as a public hearing. From there, they may compel certain individuals, particularly those of interest, to come to the public hearing. And basically what happens in the public hearing, the commissioner and the people who are helping the commissioner will ask questions of particular individuals to try and find out more information. It's almost as if it's a cross-examination. So to try and find out as much information about the issue as possible. So it might be, if it was Indigenous deaths in incarceration, it might be compelling the police commissioner to come in and answer questions on the issue. So they're able to summon people legally, and people are required to attend. From there, once they've got background research, they've got community consultations, the public hearing, they then prepare a final report, which will include all of their findings and next steps, which are the recommendations for the government. So Something to note here is that there are royal commissions at both the state level and the federal level, and they'll be chaired by different people. At the state level, it might be an issue of public importance for the state. At the federal level, it might be an issue that runs across all of Australia. So, what are some of the strengths of a royal commission? Well, the government asks the Royal Commission to investigate something, and as a result, the government is more likely to take on those recommendations because they've actually asked the Royal Commission to investigate into it. The Royal Commission measures a range of community views through public consultation, which means the Parliament's more likely to adopt these views because it holds significant importance for the community. We know that the Parliament's aim, or the aim of any parliament, is to get re-voted in, so it's good if they can investigate issues and implement change that's going to affect the community. The Royal Commissions, because they are large, they take time and money and effort, they can investigate into an issue in a more comprehensive way than a government can, because that's their only job. It's to investigate that one issue. Royal Commissions have the power to compel people, so that means people who wouldn't normally participate are required to attend and participate, which means they may get more information out of them. And lastly, while the Royal Commissions are established by the Governor-General, they are considered independent as they appoint independent people to investigate, which means they're more likely to make bipartisan recommendations or unbiased recommendations. On the other hand, Royal Commissions have been known in the past to be used as a political tool when a government doesn't actually want to make any legal reform, as Royal Commissions can take 2 to 4 years, and an election is once every 3 years. It might be a way of the government procrastinating or avoiding making hard legislative change by making a recommendation for a Royal Commission instead. Likewise, the government is not under any obligation to support any of these recommendations or adopt any findings, which means we can have a Royal Commission, but nothing may happen from that. Royal Commissions are very time consuming. They take 2 to 4 years to complete and up to $60 million, so the findings may be irrelevant by the time it's finished. Royal Commissions are considered mixed in terms of how they can influence law reform, and if there's bipartisan support for law reform, then that is better, but often it's one party versus another party, and as a result, if the new party gets in, then they're less likely to adopt recommendations from a previous Royal Commission set up by another party. And lastly, the influence of Royal Commissions can really depend on the timing of the reporting and the terms of the reference. If the terms of reference are quite small, then they're only able to investigate in that area, which means they can't investigate other issues that may occur. So it may mean that we'll have to establish another Royal Commission to look at a separate issue that might be a branch of it. It also depends on the timing as well of the report. If the issue's fallen out of the media, for example, politicians may decide not to adopt the recommendations. All right, thank you.